Hey everyone, welcome. I am joined by my friend Clinton Porter in Colorado. Thanks for being here, Clinton. And
Hey.
I'll just spill the beans, break the news right here at the top. You made a decision to join eXp Realty and partner with some of us here recently. And this is like sending some shockwaves through kind of the real estate industry, man. So I'm
Man.
excited to talk with you today and let you share a little bit about your story. With great
Yeah.
respect to your old brokerage, but with also lots of excitement to what's ahead, man.
Well, thanks so much, man. This has been phenomenal. Phenomenal. I mean, I've got gosh, a kind of a renewed sense of purpose, renewed sense of passion. And I'll be honest, I've been the skeptic. I've been on the sidelines, kind of watching the game go on, and wasn't quite sure that things were going to be around. And wow. I mean, I've had my eyes opened. I mean, in a huge way, just kind of in a huge way. So been good.
So I think at one time in the last couple of months, you actually said to me and my business partner, Kevin, you said, guys, like I was waiting around for the last few years for this eXp Realty thing to fail. And like you actually, this is your words, not mine. I'm just kind of repeating it back to you.
No,
eventually I had to look up and say, this thing hasn't failed. It's only growing stronger and bigger. Like, what am I missing? And I think it just piqued your curiosity.
Oh, it did too. Yeah. So, so we met actually sometime about, I think it was about August of 2018, whenever you guys made the jump, made the switch and went over to eXp. And I thought, okay, I need to sit down with these guys. I mean, they're friends, and I just got to find out what happened, what caused you guys to make this big move. So we sit down, and I think we talked for probably about Fred, about 2 hours, I think 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I think we had lunch in Denver for an hour and a half, 2 hours that day.
Yeah. And I left there scratching my head going, man, I mean, I get it. I hear what they're saying, but man, I just can't quite figure it out. So I went over to talk to a few friends of mine, a few friends of ours, and said, I don't get it. And we just kind of came to the conclusion. We're like, you know what? We're just going to kick back and wait for this whole thing to fall apart, because there's just no way. And it was just a lot of disbelief. And within the way that you do revenue share and the stock situation and all of that, I thought, yeah, it's not possible to continue on. That was 3.5 years ago. Fast forward to today, November the 2nd. And yeah, we went, you were at about 12,000 agents back in 2018. I don't know if you remember that, but, and then now, I mean, it was just announced last week or the week before that eXp's at 67,000 agents. So, yeah, it just caused me to really go, yeah, okay, well, there's gotta be something to this. So just pretty amazing. So I don't know if you want me to talk about.
No, this is great. I mean, I want to first of all just acknowledge and sort of commend you for being open-minded. I think that, like, first of all, you reached out, or we connected at some point in 2018, shortly after I moved to eXp, and you weren't like, oh, I can't believe you guys left, you're terrible people. And we weren't like, I can't believe you're not going to come join us. Like, we just kept a very open, like respectful relationship of like, we all have to do what's best for us and what we think is, in our best interest. And so we've just kept a really open relationship for a few years now. And you were very open-minded. You maybe you want to share a little bit about, I think a couple months ago, you said, like, I'm at least now, my curiosity's peaked enough that I think I'm going to get on an airplane and go just at least check out an event. Like, I don't think, you can tell me otherwise, Clinton, but I don't think you thought you were joining then. You thought you had to go see it for yourself.
No, it wasn't at all that. So I got an invite earlier in April to an event that it wasn't really an eXp event. It's just, let's just kind of clear the air. It's just an event held by an agent within eXp, right? Because that's exactly what it was. And got invited to this event, and I thought, oh, okay, well, maybe, something like that. And then I started doing, about 2 months ago, 2.5 months, no, maybe longer, but 3 months ago. I'm working a deal with somebody who had been with eXp. Can I mention names here?
Yeah.
Possible. Okay. Well, Deanna and Eric Dobslaff, I'm doing a deal with them because they live down south in Albuquerque. I'm up here in Denver. And Eric gives me a call and he goes, Clinton, he's real brash. Clinton, I got this buyer for you. You got to help this buyer. I'm going to sell their house down here and you're going to help out there. And I said, okay, great. I'll do that. So we get this little bit of a rapport going back and forth, and he mentioned something about going to this event that's going to happen in September with Tony Robbins. And I said, I was invited to this deal and I've always wanted to go see Tony Robbins. And he goes, well, you should come. I got two free tickets. If there's anyone else, come on. So I thought, all right, well, this is not an eXp event. And or at least, not the company.
Not a corporate event.
Yeah, not a corporate event of any kind. It's just more like a mastermind than anything else. And I've always wanted to go see Tony Robbins, and it's 3 days in Dallas, so why not? So the opportunity really presented itself, and there wasn't anything else going on in that September August timeframe. Some people are reading between the lines, so I thought, why not? I'm going to go ahead and go check it out. Well, what I expected probably a crowd of maybe about 2,000 people. What I got is I got Tony's first event here, Unleash the Power Within. His first event that he had held since COVID and everything kind of shut down speaking wise. But I didn't just get that. I got 3 days of pretty much, there's nothing to really compare it to other than Keller Williams Mega Camp, where you've got high producer after high producer that's coming up. And they're not sharing. I mean, you have one person that shared the model, which I thought was phenomenal. Jade Kender did a great job kind of sharing a little bit about eXp, but that's it, like one person. The rest were all about, man, this is how we operate these big businesses and database. I can't get over Andrew
Franklin.
Yeah, Andrew Franklin. I got the book somewhere here. How he took Perk Your Sphere by Liz Johnson and supercharged that, and how big he has become in Houston. And I'm listening to these people, and meanwhile I'm having conversation with Eric and Deanna and Aaron Lebova, and then I had to sit down with you guys, and we're like, Kevin, Fred, we gotta chat about this a little bit more, because now my eyes are getting open, and I'm going, man, I needed to take this a little bit more seriously. And I think at that point, eXp was maybe around 60,000 agents, 61,000 agents. Now it's 67,000. So I just thought, wow. I mean, it was a really eye-opening experience. And it was the fact that it's kind of one of those things that you don't know what you don't know, or you refuse to see. And so in my case, after I got in there and I'm listening to these high producers and what they've been doing, and how they've been giving back to the world, because that's something that's important to me as well. I'm like, this has got a lot of culture. This isn't just some, third party. You're at home and you office from home, but you don't have all these connections. These are people that are really, really well connected. And not only that, but they actually meet up to a bunch of events throughout the year. And they're full of energy. And the biggest thing, can I just tell you the biggest thing, Fred, that just blew my mind? What blew my mind is I went to this event thinking that that the majority of people that were with eXp, not only were they not so friendly, kind of cold, because they're all individualistic agents, kind of thing. But not only was that a myth, but also it was the myth of production. And then I began to realize that the way people earn these awards, stock awards, and a bunch of other things that kind of come along with it, the way that they do it is high production. It's one of those things where I'm a little surprised. I mean, you can join eXp for just about any reason, fresh out of real estate school, and then you're going to have a ton of education. And that blew my mind too. But in addition to that, it was the fact that a lot of the people that are mentors are people that have been with eXp for so long, like yourself. You're not coming as if you were, just stepped off the boat. You're really you've got high levels of production, and the majority of these people are high levels of production, or they've been not trying to step on any toes, but they've been former team leaders of other real estate firms. And it just kind of blew me away that it's weird. It's like gosh, it's almost like being in that county in Florida where every time you turn around, there's a realtor. Every time I turned around at that eXp, at that event with Tony Robbins, I was bumping into somebody who was another high producer. And I'm like, you did 40 mil? You did how many? 127. And you used to be in this leadership, and you're, you know, and it was crazy. So I
Yeah.
thought, well, man, that's enough for me to really take this seriously. It's not like, you know, it's just average, you know, a lot of average Joes that are coming into this. These are actual legitimate producers who are saying, you know, I can continue on selling real estate at a high level. I can do that, but there's so much more that I could be doing and be earning and be growing and have this really well-run organization that just operates very smoothly within eXp. So
Yeah. Well, man, you,
stuff.
Clinton, you're a high producer in your own right. The more I've gotten to know about your business, we've known each other for years, but the more I've
Yeah.
been able to kind of like peel back in the layers and see more in your business and hear you on the phone with people, et cetera, and see, you know, the referrals you have and the relationships you built, like just the more respect I have for you, man. And I think that's kind of a little, maybe unfortunately well-kept secret at our company, how much production and how many givers there are and how many people that have held high leadership positions at other companies are now with eXp, right? And it speaks to not just the model of eXp, but it speaks to the culture of eXp, and it speaks to the collaboration and the sharing and the openness and the willingness to help other people. And some of that's baked into our revenue share model without going into a revenue. And this isn't a you know, a message on, hey, we're all about revenue share and that's why you should join us. But our revenue share system creates this stickiness and it creates this additional giving nature that is found within eXp. And once you experience it, like you said, right? Like sometimes you just don't know because you don't know. But once you experience it, you're like, wow, that was really cool.
Well, one of the things that has been the biggest myth I think that anyone should ever believe about eXp is that it's a recruiting company, and it's not. It is truly a company that while there are some agents, and I mean a very small amount, a very tiny amount that they spend some of their time recruiting, it's nothing different than any other real estate firm for that matter. And I know I get recruited all the time. Realty One and Remax, and there's a whole host. So it's not like that we haven't been recruited by anybody else, but the majority of people that are with eXp, and it's like that Pareto rule where it's actually smaller than 20%, but the lion's share, 90-95%, they're just interested in doing production and being able to capitalize on some of the other income streams that eXp has. That it's the way the whole structure was built. You know, it's the difference between brick and mortar franchise system and electronic, I mean, and a system that's cloud based with one central location essentially, and you can pretty much operate anywhere. If I want to go be a real estate agent down in Phoenix, I can get my real estate license, transfer, and not really transfer. There's no transfer going on. Let's just get my real estate license.
Part of the same ecosystem, right? Yeah. It's a pretty cool thing, man.
The expansion piece. Oh, the expansion piece blew my mind too. The fact that, you know, you can pretty much have different real estate teams throughout the US, and everyone's part of one team. Like one team. There's nothing else. It's not, you have to pay all this additional stuff out. So
it's cool to visit with you today, man, because I've been able to watch your knowledge and understanding and connection to what is at eXp grow, and your appreciation and your excitement level around it as well. And it just makes me really excited, man. So I'm going to kind of wind us down from here, and just, I know we probably are leaving people with like, they're probably feeling like there's a cliffhanger, like, yeah, but he didn't like really share what made him made the move, or did he, you know, did Clint not like his last broker? He got mad. Like, no, I mean,
continue.
So there's a lot more probably that I think people are going to want to reach out to you and ask some questions about. But for the sake of time and keeping your story within context here, man, thank you for sharing that. Like, I feel like, you know, I know, you know, going into these things, you never know how they're going to land. And you're like, I don't know what I'm going to say, but that was like a beautiful story. And I think it really from the heart expresses kind of your journey in real estate and your journey to eXp and what you're loving about it. And for those out there that are curious, like, I'll say this, I don't think there's any harm in calling Clinton and just asking him to share a little bit more with you. What I know he's not going to do is twist your arm and try to hard sell you and recruit you into something you don't want to be a part of. We didn't do that to you. I don't think the Dopsloffs did that. I don't think Aaron LeBeau has. No. It's been a very, you know, respectful conversation over the years. And I know that's where you come from. And we really agree on all that.
Can I say one more thing that just
please in closing
blew my mind? Oh my gosh. Well, okay. For one thing, sell a house, save a child. This is a Brent Gove thing. Brent Gove is one of the agents that kind of helped put on Tony Robbins. Huge thing about being able to help kids that were totally abandoned in garbage dumps throughout the world. That's Kenya. I got actually Puerto Rico here. It's amazing the type of charities that you can get involved with eXp that truly, man, that's a huge heart. But what I was going to tell you is that the one thing that I was, I think I was, that overwhelms me and with so much gratitude is the fact that I didn't come to eXp having left a family. I joined the eXp into a family of people, of yourself and Kevin and others that that all the way up the food chain, I guess you could say, or just about everywhere, where they really, with all their heart, want you to succeed. If it's about helping you with a listing presentation or the way that you work with your database or just about anything, the level of support is just, it blows my mind. And the eXp world, because people go about the eXp world. Once I got to understand it, I'm like, oh, this totally makes sense. I got it. Okay. I go boom, boom, and I'm there. And I'm not having to wait on hold for somebody over at some other big headquarters to answer it. I'm like, I get my answers immediately. It's the craziest darn thing. So,
dude, it's pretty awesome.
I'm having a good time.
I was just in there a couple minutes before I got on here with you, just asking a quick question. 3 minutes in and out, got my question answered. So, well, let me close with this. Clinton, welcome to eXp Realty, man. I hope we can have another one of these conversations over the coming months, just to continue to expand on your experience. But I'm honored to be partnered with you, man. I think you are doing some great things in Colorado, both in business and in life. And it's fun to be partnered with each other and hanging out and going to concerts and selling real estate and collaborating and all kinds of good stuff, man. So on behalf of Deanna and Eric Dopsloff, Aaron Lebovic, Kevin Kaufman, my sponsor, Curtis Johnson, and a whole host of other people, man. Welcome to eXp. We're happy to be with you. And I hope that some other people out there at least appreciated your story today, learned a thing or two, and maybe a couple will reach out, because I really think you've learned some stuff that others probably want to hear about.
Yeah, no, it's been, like I said, it's just been completely eye-opening. Yeah. So it's been great. So
amazing. All right, man. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in and listening, everybody.
All right. Thanks so much.
Talk to y'all later. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.